since I was 13. Wow. And I started by taking R&B instrumentals. My first song that I ever wrote, it was a gospel song that I wrote to Usher's song, My Way. So I took the instrumental and I pretended it was a fresh track, and I wrote a song that sounded nothing like My Way. No, I'm sorry, it sounded exactly like My Way, and I switched the words. Okay. Then as I grew, I started to write to them as fresh tracks, as if, it was just a blank instrumental. And so I started performing them at church and getting a good response, and then I just started to do it more. And then in 2001, God made it official that this was something that He was going to use me to do to draw people to Him and encourage all people. And so now I sing everywhere. There's no limit to where I go because the Bible declares that we should go into all the world. Mm-hmm. And so God has allowed me to go into clubs and bars, and we sing on corners. I mean, God has just equipped me to rock mics for Him, And so it's an incredible experience to go into a place where you might feel like, well, this is a club, so, and you'll be surprised the reception that you get and the stories that you hear when you talk to people. There's so many opportunities where I'm blessed going into the situations. I think I'm going in to encourage somebody, and I come out encouraged. So it's been a journey. So the CD is based on a concept of someone that was hurt in the church or from an experience by the church, and so the vision is, as you listen to the CD, it's kind of like the journey of an individual who was hurt, and then by the time you get to the song, they finally decided to give their life to Christ. And so there's a sermon on there, there's spoken word, there's gospel hip hop, there's gospel R&B and inspirational. I have some special guests on there as well. So by the end of the CD is a song called See Your Space, which is the single, which kind of brings it all together. By this time, the person has gone through that hurt, being hurt by a person in church or a situation. They've experienced God for themselves by the time they get to patiently waiting. And then by the end, it's all a celebration because now they understand that it's not about the people, but it's about a personal relationship. Yep. And so this CD is available on cdbaby.com, iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, and a bunch of other media outlets. Right now, if you see me on the streets, it's $5, my year-end sale. Yes, the complete CD is just $5. So I'm excited. It's opening doors for me, yes. Definitely.
Where's Bro Calvin?
That is a comedic intro where I did some voiceovers. I went to school for broadcasting at Messiah College. Oh, okay. And so that's kind of the things I'm pursuing as well, acting, voiceovers, commercials, things like that. And so Where's Brother Calvin has a couple of different voices on there, as well as some other people, students that I went to school with, they're on there as well. And the only thing I say is it's a little bit hilarious. So it's just something to lighten the mood up before we get into something deep. And so basically this whole CD is a description of who I am as a whole artist. So you have the hip hop on there, yeah. I'm spitting bars on there. Oh, yeah. You got the R&B hip hop version of gospel. You have the inspirational gospel. You have the acapella gospel with me and my two sisters on there. You have the sermon, which represents me as the licensed minister of the gospel. So it's the whole the totality of who I am as an artist is kind of like what this is the intro. So that's where the title came from. Can I get an intro?
Okay. I see you be performing and stuff earlier. When the last time you performed?
Last night actually.
I knew it.
Yes, we did a fashion show called The Battle Within. Okay. It was to benefit my sister's place, which is an organization that helps bring about awareness for domestic violence. Okay. And so I was a performer as well as a model there last night. And so it was an incredible experience. And then we just came from, I say we because in the studio I also had Matt Jones, a.k.a. Brightside Jones, another incredible male model from the DMV area. And so we just came from a different casting as well for a couple other events. And so now we're here. So
thank you.
I'm performing every weekend. Every week is really crazy in a good way. And so these are the things that God has shown me that He would bring to pass, and He's allowing me to walk in my dream. Yeah. And so I'm just blessed.
What area are you from?
Baltimore, Maryland.
I knew it.
Yes, sir.
I knew it. When I say that in a good way.
You got a joke coming. You got a joke.
No, it's not about you.
Oh, okay.
I just know because everyone I run into that performs a lot and have a lot of things going on for Christ, be from Baltimore.
Wow.
Like Baltimore, it's a big difference from DC because like I'm a Christian rapper. I only performed probably 5 times this year.
Okay.
Right? That's a bad thing to me because when I was rapping about clubs and stuff, I performed 5 times, a week.
Right.
So I go from performing 5 times a week to performing once every 2 or 3 months. But then I'm on Facebook and I see different people throwing events and asking for performance. I'm like, wow. I'm not gonna call their names, but they're doing their thing out there. And it's just exciting. Like, I need to link up with some people from Baltimore.
It's all about networking, man.
I take that 40-minute drive every day to perform.
Yeah, I hear you. And I'm trying to get to the DC area. That's why I'm here now, So I'm putting out a call right now. Everybody that's watching, to every concert promoter, every pastor, every musician that's doing an event. The number is 410-303-6841. That's Tucker Ministries Management, 410-303-6841. I will do your show, your concert, your birthday party, your bake sale, your car wash. There is no mic that will not rock in Jesus' name.
So how much would that cost?
Hey, I'm not even a superstar, man. That's, it's interesting that you brought that up. Because what I find is that when I'm networking, because I manage myself, and so a lot of times people don't really take you as serious because you're calling on behalf of yourself. But I was trained in this, so it's not like I'm just this dude trying to get on. I have a purpose that also allows me not to get mad, But what I find is that people don't take you serious, or they take you too serious. And like you just asked, how much is it? Like, wow, it's gotta be. I see you doing this and that. They get an image of what it's really not. Basically, ministry does cost, and so I'm just moving into the season where I'm not doing as many events for free anymore, because ministry costs. You have to pay for supplies, you have to pay for a staff, you have to pay for promotions. There's a lot that goes into it, and so I do it on a case-by-case basis. I communicate with the people, and a lot of times I'll get pastors saying, well, you know what, on this particular Sunday we're having XYZ service, so it's not going to be that many people there. And I'm sitting back like, who do you think I am? Like, I do this to glorify God. Whether it's 2 people, whether it's a baby and a cat. If you call upon me, then it's my goal to go. It's my purpose and my call to go. And when I say that, I don't think people really receive it because of the superstars that they deal with that make it bad for people like me who are trying to stay focused. I'll say that. I'm trying to stay focused. You know what I'm saying?
At the same point, I'm pretty sure if it was free or if it was $1 million, because it's something that's a passion of yours, you would put forth the same amount of effort.
Yes, thank you.
So cost is, we have to eat, but truly, if it's something you love, you'll do it for free and you'll figure out how to make people appreciate no matter the dollar amount that was put forth.
And see, the difference is understanding who God is in your life and the call on your life. Because I do this to serve God. That means I have a spiritual understanding that whatever I do for Him, He's going to supply it. And see, that's where it kind of gets twisted too. People are like, well, you can come for free because the Lord is going to supply. I'm like, okay, all right. You're taking it a little bit too far. But that's what allows me to stay focused in those times. I've had times where people have promised, a certain amount, or they promised a certain benefit and didn't come through, the night of or after I performed. And, I handle it like I handle everything else with grace. And I extend that to them because I look at it also from a point of, I don't know what this person is dealing with. I don't know what that background is. So for me to go off about some money completely destroys everything I just did on stage. Every word I just preached is in the trash can because now I'm mad about some money. But at the same time, I do handle those things head on. So I handle them in a professional way. So I don't let them get by. I let them know, I'm aware of what just happened. It's unprofessional and you're wrong. However, there's nothing we can do at this point, but, I just keep it in prayer. There's not much you can do. And I also learned that if you represent yourself professionally, then people will get the point and you won't really have to fight many battles. So, it's definitely an interesting struggle.
Thank you. You just, I was feeling a certain way before I came on the show today. So, some things you just said made me, kind of like change my mind on the situation. Even like when I was talking to y'all about upstairs, like you said some things, if you're doing it for the Lord, then I forgot the exact word, but thank you.
Glory to God, man.
Kind of like changed my mind. I need to keep doing stuff for God, and God will make a way.
Yes.
As long as I need to just stay faithful and keep my faith in the Lord, trust Him.
You got to remember, most